Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The regular school board meeting of October 25th, 2016 is now called to order. The time is 6 p.m. At this time, we request that all electronic devices be turned off or put into the silent mode. We also ask that you please refrain from using flash photography, except during the special presentation portions of this meeting. We'd like to take this opportunity to remind the members of the public of the district's mission, which is to ensure that each student achieves his or her highest personal potential, and the district's vision to be a world-class school system. This evening's agenda includes the invocation, the Pledge of Allegiance, one recognition, public comment, the consent action items, which include 2 items under resolutions, 2 items under executive services, 3 items under academic services, 1 item under human resources, 5 items under operations, 4 items under superintendent's recommendations, and 1 public hearing, and 4 items under other business. Board members, is there a motion to adopt the agenda?
So moved.
Moved by Ms. Morgan, seconded by Ms. Fisher. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion carries 5-0. Ms. La Riviera, are you on the phone? This evening, Ms. Dozier is very ill, and we wish Ms. Dozier that we wish you feel better. We thank you for chiming in. Ms. La Riviera is out of town. She is supposed to also be dialing in, but you never know with communications. If we hear her come in, then she'll recognize and we'll have her recognized. The motion carries 4-0. At this time, Ms. Morgan will deliver the invocation, after which Ms. Fisher will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. After the special presentation portion of the agenda, there will be a brief recess to allow those during the special that were here for the special recognition to leave. Please rise for the invocation.
And I do offer an invocation, not a prayer. We are meeting here as a school board and community to advance educational opportunities for every child in this district. We want to help our students be the best they can be. Let us take this moment to consider the importance of the responsibility each one of us has in raising and educating the children of this community. Let us remember to thank every member of the learning community for whom educating children is a calling and a passion. Let us be patient as we work together, be open and transparent in our conduct, and be prepared to embrace challenge and change. Let us strive to do good here, to be honest and ethical in our dealings, and to serve the children of the district to the best of our abilities. Thank you.
Tonight, the cadet presenting the colors will be introduced by Colonel Calvin Wimbish, Senior Army Instructor for Cape Coral High School. Colonel Wimbish retired from active duty in October 2012 after 33 years of service.
Thank you. The national colors for our Pledge of Allegiance tonight are presented by Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Ryan Doran, Cape Coral High School's Junior ROTC Program Battalion Commander. Cadet Doran is a senior who consistently pursued increased levels of responsibility in rising from squad leader, company executive officer, and company commander to his current command position. Cadet Doran is a 4.0 GPA honor student, a member of the National Honor Society, Rho Kappa Honor Society, vice president of the Student Government Association, and as one of the nation's top candidates for admission to the United States Military Academy, participated in West Point's 2016 annual summer leadership experience. He is also Cape Coral's varsity football team's punter kicker, and upon graduation in May, Cadet Doran hopes to accept either an appointment to attend the West Point or the Naval Academy. Please join me in saying the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated.
Good evening. Tonight we have a very special award from Very Special Arts Florida, Student of the Month. Very Special Arts is an affiliate of the John F. Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts located in Washington, D.C. At this time, I would like to ask the following people to come forward. Mr. Robert Cooper, principal at Mirror Lakes Elementary, Ms. Angela Johnson, art teacher, and Ms. Linda Ward, classroom teacher at Mirror Lakes Elementary. Dr. Eva Smidova, VSA Florida representative, and Mirror Lakes Elementary, 5th grade student, Germaine Jean-Pierre. And I would also like to ask Dr. Douglas Santini to join us at the podium. VSA Florida has recognized Germaine Jean-Pierre at the state level as their statewide Student of the Month for September. Germaine is a standout student. He has become known in the art room for his drawings of superheroes that he calls his toys. He is helpful, cooperative, and easygoing. According to the classroom teacher, Ms. Ward, Germaine is able to express himself better because of his giftedness in art. She sees this in his ability to illustrate his journal work as well as his writing. She notes that he is more motivated to do classwork so he can incorporate his artwork in a variety of ways. He has gained more self-confidence and social skills as others take notice of his abilities. Other students seek his help with their drawings and they admire his skills. Today, we recognize him for this achievement. The school board and the superintendent are very pleased to recognize Germaine as the VSA Florida September 2016 Student of the Month. Mr. Cooper.
Thank you, Ms. Fisher. On behalf of the entire Mirror Lakes family, we are incredibly proud of Jermaine's accomplishments. He's got an outstanding set of teachers surrounding him, and with that team, there's nothing he can't accomplish. We're very proud of him. Congratulations, sir. Yes, Mom and Dad, if you'd like to come up as well, too, please. Stand and be recognized.
Maybe you would like to.
And on behalf of VSA, may we congratulate you, my friend. Congratulations.
Get up front with the trophy. There we go. Yeah, there we go.
At this point, we'll take a short recess so that the family can leave the building if they like. This meeting is in recess. Thank you. We will now reconvene the October 25th, 2016 regular school board meeting. Then now on the agenda is the item of public comment. Mr. Martin, would you please address the agenda item of public comment?
School board policy provides the opportunity at this point in the meeting to address the board concerning any matter on this meeting's agenda or any other matter relevant to the operation of the school district. If you desire to address the school board this evening, the school board chair, Mr. Toiber, will give you an opportunity in a moment to express that desire. The rules concerning public comment are posted at the back of the room. The board does not respond during public comment time to remarks made by speakers. At the conclusion of public comment time, the school board chair may respond to concerns raised by speakers or may assign responsibility to the superintendent to do so. Speakers are expected to act in a respectful manner. Those who fail to do so after being warned by the meeting chair may be required to leave the meeting. Disruptive attacks on individuals are prohibited. Mr. Torber, I have 0 cards this evening.
Okay. Is there anybody that did not get an opportunity to fill out a card but would like to address the school board? Please raise your hand. Mr. Fox and Ms. Akandashi, would you please, both of you, come to the podiums and explain what your topic is?
Yes.
Item E,
No.
Ready? E? Okay. Mr. Fox? Ms. Dozier? Ms. Thank you. Mr. Fox? Which one? Thank you. And Mr. Fox, actually, you're the first speaker. Yeah. Miss Dozier?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you put your phone on mute, please?
Okay. I thought it was on mute. I'm sorry.
It's okay. You can log her in. 1 second, please. Would you like to introduce her? If you don't mind. Thank you. You can stay up there.
Thank you, Mr. Fox. At this time, I'd like to introduce our student representative, Alana Newell from Cape Coral High School. And Alana, would you like to tell us just a little bit about yourself?
Go to the speaker.
Okay. Do I have to press anything?
Nope, just start speaking.
Okay. Do I get closer? Sorry.
It's okay.
Okay. Hello. I'm Alana Newell. I currently go to Cape Coral High School. I'm a junior. I do different things. I'm currently involved with Teen Trendsetters, National Spanish Honor Society, and different other things in school, like the Cape Coral High School Youth Alive Club, the Gay Straight Alliance, and different other things.
Thank you.
Welcome. We're
Thank
glad
you.
you're here.
Thank you.
Mr. Fox.
I appreciate it. Well, a couple things tonight. Board, I voted today, and Mrs. Morgan, I voted for you. So there's one.
Mr. Fox, I'm sorry, I'm going to need to pause your time. Just need to remind you, the school board policy prohibits campaigning for candidates for public office on district grounds, so. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yes.
You may proceed.
All right, you had my vote, so good luck. Second thing is, once again, is I see here on your agenda that item Roman numeral 4A1, recommend board approval of the resolution proclaiming the month of November Family Engagement and Education Month, and that is a wonderful thing. But it takes me right back to what really this board really ought to be doing, and that is out there campaigning for education. That's we're in campaign months, and this board needs to get out of this hallway here and get into the community on a regular basis. You know what I would suggest, every other Tuesday, instead of a board meeting, the opposite Tuesday, you're out there in a church, in a library, in a school building, somewhere, somehow, getting the parents in there and getting them fired up, ready to go, for their kids to come to school fired up, ready to go. And I think that would make the biggest difference in the entire world. We could stop talking about taxes and all the other crap that gets talked about here. And what really matters is getting kids to walk through the door who want to work. And this board can do more than anything else, than any other, even the superintendent, as great as he is, it's nothing compared to what this board can accomplish by getting out in the community and really getting the community to rally and get their kids to come to school and work. So, there. And the other thing is I missed the briefing today. I know you were talking about naming the Bonita location. I'd like to submit the Huther family Fort Knox. That might be a good name for the school as well. Thank you.
South Knoxville.
Board Superintendent. The reason I picked item E is because we have an election going on for new board members to come in, and I see that, again, we're spending money on software and testing. I think it's very unfair to the board that will be coming in to have a vote on this at this time. I think it would be better served if we held this off until well after the election. We also have a new president coming in, and one of them particularly is very against Common Core and the testing that's going on right now. So we're putting the cart in front of the horse at this moment. We're spending a lot of money when we may not have to spend this money. So I'm just asking that we hold this off until well after this election into the end of November and let the new board be seated and make a decision at that time. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Laxo. Okay, we now move to the area of consent agenda. For the consent agenda, board members, I'll now come to you for polls. Ms. Fisher, do you have any polls this evening?
I have no polls this evening.
Ms. Dozier, do you have any polls this evening?
I have none, thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Fisher. Ms. Is Ms. LaRiviere here yet? No. Ms. Morgan, do you have any polls? Nope. And Ms. LaRiviere, I didn't hear you. Have you signed in yet?
Yes, I can. No, I have no poll.
Okay, thank you, Ms. LaRiviere. So we now have the full complement of the board. Good evening, Ms. LaRiviere. And we've already announced that you were out of town, and it's glad to have you with us. I have no polls either. I'll now call for the vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
You need a motion, sir?
I'm sorry, is there a motion to approve the agenda with no polls?
So moved.
Moved by Ms. Fisher, seconded by Ms. Morgan. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0. Included in the approval of the consent items on the agenda are the resolutions proclaiming the month of November 2016 as Florida Family Engagement in the Education Month, and November 6th through the 12th as Veterans Appreciation Week. At this point, we will now move to Superintendent's recommendations. Dr. Atkins, your first recommendation.
I recommend board approval to award RFP for exhaust fans repair and replace to Country Cooling and Heating, Inc., as indicated on the attached proposed tabulation. The RFP will be effective for the period of October 26, 2016 through October 25, 2019, with renewal options for 2 additional one-year periods upon written agreement of the vendor and the district at an estimated expenditure for the first year of $750,000. Approval authorizes the superintendent to execute all related documents.
Board members, you heard the motion. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Moved by Ms. Morgan, seconded by Ms. Fisher. Any discussion? Call for the vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 5-0. Dr. Atkins, your second recommendation.
I recommend board approval for the one-time increase of $475,000 for the period of October 25th, 2016 through February 28th, 2017, for a total not to exceed amount of $605,000 for the period of March 11th, 2016 through February 28th, 2017 to the State of Florida contract number 450-000-11-ACS for the purchase of facilities maintenance supplies pursuant to the same terms and conditions as previously approved by the board. Approval authorizes the superintendent to execute all related documents.
Board members, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Morgan, seconded by Ms. Fisher. Any discussion? I'll call for the vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion carries 5-0. Dr. Atkins.
Next recommendation, I recommend board approval to renew the bid for the purchase of diesel and unleaded gasoline transport delivery to Port Consolidated, Inc. for the first renewal period of November 7, 2016 through November 6, 2017 at an estimated expenditure of $9 million pursuant to the same terms and conditions as previously approved by the board. Approval authorizes the superintendent to execute all related documents.
Board members, you heard the motion. Is there a motion to approve?
So
So
moved.
moved.
Moved by Ms. Dozier, seconded by Ms. Fisher. Any discussion? Ms. Dozier?
Yes.
Any discussion?
No.
I'll call for the vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 5-0. Dr. Atkins.
Recommend board approval of the estimated annual expenditure of $21,681,463 for the purchase of instructional materials, professional development, testing materials, computer software, textbooks, library books, and additional materials as needed for instruction from the Florida School Book Depository, direct from the publisher, direct from the producer, or authorized dealer representative for the period of December 6, 2016 through December 5th, 2017. Approval authorizes the superintendent to execute all necessary documents.
Board members, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Ms. Fisher, seconded by Ms. Morgan. Any discussion?
Mr. Toiber?
Yes, Ms. LaRiviere.
Hi. Oh dear, I hope I'm on the right one. I'm on item E.
Yes.
Oh, good. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little bit of delay as I watch this. I just wanted to make sure I'm on the right site. I asked for information regarding curriculum pieces that were being purchased. I anticipated a question to this, and all of us, I believe, received a copy that gave a summary of the expenditures. I find that there is nothing unusual with those expenditures, especially with regard to computer software and testing. They're not necessarily for testing purposes. And the computer software is software that are utilized throughout all of our programs, and they are not used to replace instruction, and the majority is for textbooks. So I just wanted to say that I have reviewed that, and this has my support.
With no more discussion, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion carries 5-0. At this point, having no more recommendations, we will now move to the next section, which is public hearing. Before closing the regular meeting and opening for public hearing, Dr. Atkins, would you please present your recommendation for this evening?
I recommend board approval of the revision of Chapter 8 Policies, Food and Nutrition, Policy 8.01, General Food Service Requirements, and Policy 8.02, Competitive Food Sales to improve clarity, align with current processes, and comply with legislative requirements. The effective date of this adoption shall be Wednesday, October 26, 2016.
Thank you, Dr. Atkins. At this time, the public will be invited to speak on this one item and this one item alone. Well, actually, both new policies. The time allowed is 3 minutes. Is there anybody on the right side that would like to address either one of these? Anybody on the left side? Seeing none, I will now close the public hearing and reconvene the regular school board meeting of October 25th. Dr. Atkins, would you please restate your recommendation?
Yes, sir. I recommend board approval of the revision of Chapter 8 Policies, Food and Nutrition, Policy 8.01, General Food Service Requirements, and Policy 8.02, Competitive Food Sales to improve clarity, align with current processes, and comply with legislative requirements. The effective date of this adoption shall be Wednesday, October 26, 2016.
Thank you, board members. You heard the recommendation. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Moved by Ms. Fisher, seconded by Ms. Morgan. Any discussion? I'll call for the vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion carries 5-0. At this point, we will now move to other business. We'll go to board member comments. We'll start with you, Ms. LaRiviere.
I have no other comments at this time.
Thank you. We'll now go to Ms. Morgan.
I have none.
Okay, thank you. We'll now move to Ms. Dozier.
you say, Ms. Dozier?
Yes, I did, ma'am. Do you have any comments this evening?
No, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Fisher?
Okay, and I just have one brief comment regarding, it is Red Ribbon Week, and our Drug Free Coalition for the 23rd year will be presenting Lee County's Red Ribbon Award Celebration here in the boardroom on Wednesday night. And they will present the Al Order Award for academic and athletic excellence to many of our students. The Lee County Sheriff's Office will also be recognized for a Service to Our Nation Award. And for the first time, our District Norm Project poster contest winners will be announced. It is free and open to the public, and we encourage people to come and support keeping our students drug-free and violence-free. And that's all I have this evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Fisher, and I have no comments. We'll now move to Mr. Martin. Mr. Martin, any comments?
None this evening, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Dr. Atkins?
No comments this evening.
Thank you. Our next scheduled meeting of the board is on Wednesday, November 9th. There's a special board meeting at 2 p.m., immediately followed by a school board briefing, as well as a school board action meeting at 6 p.m. At this point, having no other business to come before this body, I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Ms. Fisher, seconded by Ms. Morgan. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
This-
Oh,
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you, Mr. Fox. Point of order, board members. Before we do the vote, we have one more comment. I'm sorry, I didn't have this on my notes. Would you like, I know it was brief. Our student representative actually got caught in traffic, so she wasn't here. So unfortunately, we didn't get her to even get to log in. So we're going to have to ask her back, Ms. Fisher, if we can get that back so we can make that happen. But for the brief part that you could see us, could you please give us your comments on the meeting and your reactions and give us some points?
I actually did take notes. It was really brief, but a lot of good points were made, especially about Red Ribbon Week. That's very exciting, especially since a lot of schools are doing different things for Red Ribbon Week, especially SAD Club. Also, with the month of November with family engagement, I totally agree that we need to get parents fired up, as was stated. Get people involved, going out into our communities, making people more aware of the advantages of education. And that was it.
Ms. Newell, as everybody probably is now aware, because we say it enough of our student body government representative board that represents directly to our board. She is, on our board, participates quite well, and if you see this group in action, you'd just be amazed, and we really appreciate their input. So thank you so much for being here and for your input. Again, with nothing forward going in front of this board, this meeting is adjourned.
thank you.